Don't act like you're better than me, Madison. You know what it's like to shoot videos. You just don't have anyone around to see it, and you know what it's like to be in a void. This is what it's like when there are other people around, okay? Welcome to the Catch Up powered by Uscreen. Let's talk about what's new in the Creatorverse. Kylie, what do we got?
Okay, so the biggest news right now is the United States FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr has called for Apple and Google to remove TikTok from the App Store. And this isn't new news, but he's really renewing the push. And there's a lot of good news out there already about technology, data, and politics. So I want to talk about this through the lens of creators. How is this going to affect us, especially since TikTok has become such a big part of the creator economy?
I mean, the first thing that I thought of was like when they said they might, want to ban TikTok or something was, what are kids going to do? Are they going to go back to the olden days, go play outside? Or are they going to start, playing with their friends, start having like a normal life? I mean, it would be quite cool, but I just can't see it being viable. Like people will always find a loophole somewhere.
I wonder if YouTube is secretly like lobbying behind closed doors for like that to happen, because I think if that were to happen, like if they remove it from the App Store, no more downloads, no new US users can't join, does that mean that a ton of that traffic then gets siphoned off to YouTube in the form of people watching more YouTube videos, both long form, and does it like short term help the shorts platform on YouTube explode? I feel like it might, but again, this is all speculation because none of this has come to fruition yet. What do you think, Kylie?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the reminder that just like Vine was a massive thing for a while, these platforms, they come and go, and you really got to be ready for when one of them bites the dust and where do you go next, right? Logan Paul started on Vine, and now he's a YouTuber, podcaster, all the things that he's doing. So it's really, I think, not the question of what happens to TikTok specifically. It's like, are you prepared for the next problem like this one?
I think that's great. I think the key here in bringing up Logan Paul is actually a great example, because what he has done incredibly well, minus his obvious missteps that have happened over the years, is that he is diversified incredibly well. When Vine was it was clear that Vine was not going to be the platform long term, he switched to YouTube, dove hardcore in there, and has like more than 20 million subscribers, then has leveraged that into his podcast platform, had a membership site, which we could talk about that another time. It's not a great experience. Now is doing an NFT project. Diversification is the name of the game, I think, here, because that's what happens with platforms. At the end of the day, a platform can just disappear in an instant. And if you put all of your eggs in one basket, there's not a whole lot you can do. And one of the articles actually that Kylie, you shared with us about this, highlighted a creator from India who had grown a massive following on TikTok. And when India banned TikTok in 2020, she lost all of that audience, any of the income related to that. And her content is still on TikTok, but she can't get access to it because she still lives in India. And so she was left kind of up the creek without a paddle because she hadn't diversified and expanded into other platforms. And I think that is the biggest takeaway here for me. All right, what's next on the docket?
All right, YouTube and television are going to war. eMarketer's latest digital video trends report says that 36.4% of YouTube's watch time comes from TV devices. And I know, Daniel, you had some takes about this. Is YouTube becoming the next TV, and what does that mean?
I'm super interested to hear Madison's take on this, because you're not 10 years younger than me, but you're a nice chunk of years younger than me. So from my perspective, what I see is that YouTube, TikTok is what YouTube used to be, and now YouTube is becoming what TV kind of used to be. Do you see it that way based on how you grew up, or do you have a different perspective on it?
No, I think that's totally true. At night, I don't really watch Netflix anymore. I kind of, because it gets so monotonous, what are you going to watch? And it's the same crap over and all, So for me, YouTube, I love watching Good Mythical Morning, every night and morning on TV. It's just, because on my phone, it just feels so, I don't know, I don't enjoy it. So I prefer watching YouTube on TV, minus the ads.
Interesting.
But, yeah.
Madison, do you pay for Netflix?
No. Why would I pay for it?
Okay. I was going to say, if you pay for Netflix and you don't pay for YouTube Premium, you are on the wrong side of history. I think it's super interesting that I would never have guessed almost 37% of YouTube's watch time comes from TV devices. Like, so that means like Apple TV app for YouTube, Xbox or smart TV app, because we use it on the weekends for our kids, like whether they want to watch like I don't know, some of the stuff that I hate, Blippy, Ryan's Toys, whatever it is, stuff that I can't stand. They want to watch it on the TV. Like they don't want to watch it on my phone. We have an Apple TV, and the experience using the YouTube app is miserable. Like you can't scrub, like using the trackpad on the Apple TV remote, you can't scrub through a video. Like you can't just swipe to scrub through. Like you have to click in 15 or 10-second increments, which is awful. And then like the navigation of the YouTube app is not good. So for me, like hearing that 36% of people put up with that experience is wild, because I think that if they improve that experience, I think the super interesting thing about the massive amount of watch time is that this means that YouTube can now, even more than it already was, siphon dollars away from traditional advertising outlets like TV, which is what it's directly competing against now, because people, instead of watching whatever cable they were going to watch, are opening the YouTube app on their smart TV, right? So they're siphoning views away from those other traditional TV broadcasts, which means that the advertising dollars will follow even more than they already have. But if you look at something like a Super Bowl ad, like sooner or later, if it hasn't already, like the Super Bowl is going to be licensed to be streamed on a platform that is not traditional cable TV, which means that those millions of dollars per 30-second ad spot are then going to get distributed out to these other platforms like YouTube. So YouTube stands to benefit. And it's just, I think it's fascinating to watch this progression of like YouTube becomes TV, TV becomes a what, like a newspaper basically, or radio, in that like it's just kind of a fading thing, and YouTube and streaming services become the new TV, and TikTok becomes the new YouTube, which then leaves that void open for the next social platform, which I think is always interesting. But the natural progression, I think, is fascinating to watch, and it's good to know that more money is going to continue to flow into the YouTube ecosystem.
But Daniel, I think I disagree with you that TV will become like newspaper in this situation. We're already seeing television networks adapting to this nonlinear online. TV networks are just going to move to YouTube in a way that print media couldn't move to television. We are already seeing this. Like Food Network has series that are YouTube only. Like it is not a place where you can just put a clip of a show and say tune in at 9. You have the whole series right there on the digital platform, especially for our generation who like just does not pay for cable. That does not even cross my mind.
Right, but who does still pay for cable? The people who have newspapers coming to their house. Yeah. That's what I like. I think the networks are moving that way, but I think the provider of the service, like the Charters and the AT&T and DirecTV, those kind of subscriptions, like you'll only see those among older generations. If I watch a live stream, it's in a specific app. So I think the only people that will continue to have like those older TV services, like the cable subscription and whatever, will be the same people who still have newspaper subscriptions or magazine subscriptions that physically come to your door, which, hey, maybe it'll become like hipster and the next generation is going to like be like, I want Southern Living magazine to come to my mailbox again, or I want the New York Times to come in to my driveway every week. But it's not my generation. But let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that TV is going the way of newspapers, or do you think more along the lines of Kylie, where not? And I think we may be on the same page, but I'd love to know what you think is going to happen and how you see YouTube's watch time and massive amount of watch time on TV, how that might affect you as a creator. We'd love to know that. So let us know in the comments below. And then on our community tab this week, we asked if you would rather post on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. I think Madison is willing to fight you if you don't say TikTok, but I'd love to know what you prefer, Kylie, what you prefer, Madison.
Well, I just started posting on TikTok this month with our team doing a challenge of posting every day for 30 days. And the amount of reach that I've been able to get from pretty much no effort on TikTok is kind of ridiculous. And I don't think that I would have the same experience on YouTube. I just don't think that Shorts is built that way yet. So right now, TikTok is where I'm really enjoying posting. I think if I already had an existing audience, that answer might be different. But Madison, is there a different reason that you would want TikTok? Do you want TikTok? Maybe Daniel just put words in your mouth.
This is true.
No, I think YouTube Shorts is like they try to do something cool and it's not cool like whatsoever. It's like the dad trying to fit in with the kids, you know, like doing something hip. It just, it just didn't work, in my opinion.
I'm offended.
But I think TikTok, like obviously the app is made for short clips. It's always been like that. It's not like they try to do something different. Sure, they're adding stuff, but it's not like they've ever tried to do something different than 30-second clips or something. So in my opinion, yeah, like TikTok is all the way.
Great. I'm with you both on that. I think TikTok is the way to go for organic reach. I believe in YouTube Shorts long term, but I think it still has a way to go to catch up with the organic reach that TikTok provides. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Madison, for joining us. We'll see you all next time.